Good afternoon. My name is Anthony K. Eaton, and my persuasive speech will be on the architecture of character. In May 2020, a 17-year-old girl named Darnella Frazier was walking to a corner store in Minneapolis when she saw a man pinned to the ground. She did not have a press credential. She did not have training. She did not have institutional authority of any kind. She had a phone and she had character. She held up that phone for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, and what she recorded changed the world. That is not courage born of a special moment. That is character built long before the moment arrived, acting under pressure. And character, I will argue to you today, is not something you discover in a crisis. It is something you build day by day, decision by decision, long before anyone is watching. My name is Anthony K. Eaton. I am a 54-year-old Navy and Army veteran, a broadcast journalist, filmmaker, photographer, and founder of Continental Exposure Studios, a Detroit-based media enterprise now reaching audiences in over 40 countries. I did not build any of that with talent alone. I built it with 3 principles that I learned long before I ever held a microphone: honor, discipline, legacy. Let us begin with honor. Honor is not a decorative virtue. It is not something you put on a plaque or carve into a memorial. Honor is the alignment between what you say and what you do. It is the refusal to behave differently in private than you would in public. It is, at its core, integrity made visible. What does that mean in plain language? It means that people who commit to living honorably, consistently, publicly, at a personal cost, produce better outcomes, not just for themselves, for everyone around them. Darnella Frazier did not hold up that phone because she calculated the benefit. She held it up because her internal standard, her sense of what was right, demanded it. That is honor operating without an audience. That is the standard. Honor tells us what to do. Discipline determines whether we actually do it. Discipline. I need to clear something up right now because that word carries a lot of baggage. Discipline is not punishment. It is not rigidity. It is not the absence of joy. Discipline is the daily deliberate choice to show up to the work, to the standard, to the people depending on you, regardless of how you feel about it that morning. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. Research published in the International Journal of Learning and Teaching found that the systematic application of discipline compounds over time. The longer you choose to show up, the better you get at showing up. Let me tell you what that looked like from the inside. 2 branches of military service did not teach me to be fearless. They taught me how to show up completely, regardless of fear. That same principle built Continental Exposure Studios. Nobody sees the 5 a.m. sessions. Nobody sees the pages when the inspiration was not there. Nobody sees the years you invest before the work starts to speak for itself. They only see the result. Build anyway. Discipline builds the life. Legacy determines what that life means to the world. Legacy. I want you to forget everything you think that word means. Forget net worth. Forget follower counts. Forget your name on a building. Legacy is not what you accumulate. Legacy is what you start that cannot be finished in one lifetime. My father's name was Jordan Eaton Wilson. He was a Korean War veteran. He came back from a frozen peninsula and built a family on Detroit's east side without complaint and without quitting. He never called what he did legacy. He called it responsibility. He is gone now. But Continental Exposure Studios, 8 years, 40 countries, a body of work still being built, is his work continuing through mine. That is what legacy looks like from the inside. So let me bring this home. Honor is the commitment to act with integrity, whether or not anyone is watching. Discipline is the daily decision to show up to that commitment, regardless of how you feel. Legacy is the long-term result of living both, a life that outlasts itself because it was built on something real. I am not asking you to be a veteran. I am not asking you to build a media company. I am asking you to ask yourself one question before your next significant decision. Is this who I want to be? If the answer is no, and you do it anyway, that is a character deficit. If the answer is yes, and you do it, even when it costs you something, that is the beginning of a legacy. My father smiled into every storm he faced. He is gone, but the fire he lit in this kid from the east side has never been extinguished. That is legacy. That is what honor and discipline make possible. And it is available to every single person in this room. Honor is everything. Legacy is the work. Thank you.